Anyway, and we're walking back, Dave, as we're about to take off. So you'd be familiar with the Teacher Gully guys, mate. So when Gullies have got the ball, they're all yours, mate. I'll take the Payneham side of things as we have a ball up. Jay Hansen versus Blake Penny. Penny wins it down. Payneham, ball spills. Payneham looking to push forward here. Good tackle there. Ball spills out to Harry Pride. Ball again, bobbing around. Free kick to Harry Pride. Put his body on the line. His strong left foot should put the Payneham deep into attack here. He looking, always looking. Big left foot. True centre half forward position. Pierce Seymour will fly. He takes 3 grabs. Ball spills. Or Brinoli wins the ball down. Donahue beautifully tackled there. Knocked off the ball well. Teacher Gully to clear.
McKay, Zach to Alex McKay, deep in the wing now. McKay over to Chris Fora on the wing, drives forward to centre half forward where we've got Trinity Melville. Ball spills to the ground.
A good spoil there by Chase Bow. Teacher Gully picked the ball up though.
Spittle over to Hallandale. Ball back down onto the ground. It's going to die there on the half forward flank for Teacher Gully, southern end.
Yeah, ball really picking around here, Hose. A lot of pressure early in the second.
Very clever there by Zach McKay. He wasn't going to pick the thing up, kept flicking the thing in front of himself till he saw he was clear, and he wasn't going to get pinged with the footy. So that's out in the full, and relieving kick will come from Payneham Norwood Union.
Cello winning the ball, but it was well read by Spittle. Quick snap went out in the full, and it looks like I can't see who it is for Payneham there, who are relieving right next to the point post. He drives it long. Blake Penny in best position. From he flies. Yeah, so good fist. Pinchy Donahue at the base. He's tackled hard. Ball spills down. The umpire says, I'll have it. Another ball up, and it's tight and tough early in the second, Dave.
Yes, it is. It's way out there on the forward flank gully area. 60 metres out as we have Shoemakers on his left foot, drives to centre half forward. Melville spills to ground, turns to his left foot, bounces in front of the goal, and it's rushed through for a behind.
He'd normally swallow one of them.
Yeah, no, it was a beautiful play there by Shoemakers. Hit up on the lead at full tilt, dropped the chest mark, really what he should have taken. And the recovery resulting in a point. It's Teacher Gully now on the Australian Outdoor Living South Wales Football Club scoreboard by 20 points. Relieving kick. Wagner stays down, and a free kick there. Looks like it's going to go to, is that Jay Hansen playing in front there of Adam Machota?
He is.
Ruckman with the kick.
Machota was up about 25 metres up in the air, but gave away the free kick.
Yes, and Machota just letting know Jay Hansen, he's actually kicked at Machota. The man on the mark has spoiled the ball out of play. Interesting play, hard to describe that one. You don't see that one too often. Not since the great Jack O'Leary kicked to the man on the mark. Shallow throw in, different boundary umpire on this side. The boys will need to get used to that. Ball spilling, Teacher Gully bouncing around at ground level. Looks like McKay at ground level. No, it's Personos. Oh, a bit of a throw out there.
From Hallandale.
Birkin, it looks like.
Birkin to Chris Fora, swings onto his right, but it bounces through for a point.
Across the face, Gully's peppering the goals early. On the South Wales Football Club scoreboard, it's Teacher Gully, 6 goals, 440. Payneham Norwood Junior yet to score in this quarter, 3 goals, 119. Hose, your thoughts?
It's been fairly level open. You know, this opening few minutes of the quarter, nothing really to speak of, but yeah.
Relieving kick to Harry Pride. Harry Pride comes inboard. He looks up and finds Michael Aleggio. Haven't called his name a lot today, the former Norwood player. He looks inboard with a dangerous kick, but does. Oh, we know he doesn't find. The ball spills to Teacher Gully. That looks like Matty Stent. He's bought his own ball today. Ball smothered though. Beautiful play there by, look like Mackie Haynes. Slides in with a bit of scissor kick. Ball's right in front of us, and ball spills out right in front of Strato Agarostis and a bloke with terrible hair in Jake Huggett.
Yeah, I see why guys want to switch the footy, but Payneham have done that a bit today. They've switched the footy back into the.
Can I just quantify my statement? He's got the cornrows in, the old cornrow. It's like you don't see that very often.
Yeah, no, Paynham's kicking with their switches. They've missed a lot of targets today.
Spittle with the ball, quick kick down full forward. Tackled late, or Cello with the spoil. Ball spills out 50 metres round from Teacher Gully goal. And I'll tell you what, the ball's really flying around Dave Costani.
Chris Fora there was in front of the pack then. He's a former junior from the footy club. A true superstar was Chris as a junior. He's had a bit of an absence from the club in the A grade, that is. He's back there making his presence felt this year, playing senior footy for the Gullies, and it's really good to see he's one of many juniors in this A grade side playing seniors now.
McKay wins the tap, recovers from the tap, ball spills, or Cello takes it off him off of a wayward handball, ball spills out for one behind, but it looks like a free kick's been awarded to Cello, maybe something a little bit after play there. Dylan Orcello's been really good, bit quieter this week so far, but he kicks to the back pocket, finds the inner blanket Matty Knight, he spills the mark, he's taken, wrapped up, and we'll have a ball up about 20 metres out from the Tea Tree Gully at the Australian Gaswork Network's goal end of the ground.
Orcello's been made to look after an opponent today, so that's forced him to not play that quarterback well. So.
Secondary ball up, ball went down, as the great Bernie Flynn would say, and nothing major. It's actually just dribbled out of bounds, and we're going to have a throw in 10 metres around from the Tea Tree Gully goal. It's Tea Tree Gully by 21 points.
Toss in, 4 up in the ruck work, spills the ground. We got Matty Hallandale, picks the ball up and gets tackled, and there's another toss up.
Yeah, Matty Hallandale is a real tough in and under type player, former Norwood reserves, an under 18 captain. As it's seen out here by Harry Pride. He goes to the middle of the ground. A little bit of a hand to the back there, but it works for Jay Hansen. He swings onto the right. The ruckman takes off. He handballs with his wrist and handballs straight to the Tea Tree Gully player.
Drives
great
in
skills
to Spittle, but it ball will dribble over the line. Over the boundary line, that is.
That's the old play. I'm familiar with it. The old ambitions and capabilities getting completely confused. He took off, got on his bike, good start, but handballed literally with his wrist, like I saw my mate Dwayne Freeman do once. Ball in, Orcello up, wins it down. Ball bobbing around in net. Payneham win it through Giannini to Nye. Allegio. Now Pippett takes a relieving mark 40 metres out. He'll swing out to the far side on that beautiful left foot. He'll look for Bruno Brinoli. He takes the mark. Pick and roll. Fast footy time. It's Payneham pushing down the half-forward flank. Run onto it beautifully, Joshy Donoghue. Brinoli and Donoghue. Bit of an awareness about it. Ball's inside. Dangerous kick. Ball spills. Oh, who's that flying
that was
through?
Zach McKay.
Yeah, Zach McKay absolutely flying through there. He's created a spillage and a stoppage. The ball to come out now. Wagner tries to go the wrong way and he's coughed it up to Tea Tree Gully as they'll have an overlap run here.
Heavy collision in the middle of the ground. Dylan Orcello's in a fair bit of trouble.
He hasn't moved. He's okay now, he's up. But a wayward bounce there from Tom Bilby. Was it Tom Bilby? It was Tom Bilby, and he crunched by Orcello, but he came off second best.
It was a great hit and shoulder, nothing to him toward. It was just really well done.
Yeah, so free kick there, Strato Agarostis, centre half forward position.
Payneham are really struggling going forward, aren't they? Just
very stagnant now. Well, there's only 2 Tea Tree Gully players behind him now, so he's got 16. A wall of 16 Tea Tree Gully players in front of him. And he kicks straight to him. Tea Tree Gully player drops what he might have taken. Could have also been in the back. Ball spills, Donoghue on the bottom of the pack. We'll have a ball up 30 metres out, straight in front of the Payneham Norwood Junior goal. It's Tea Tree Gully by 21 points.
Spills down, and probably another toss all the way through.
Hang on. Right, it is a free kick. It is Josh Donoghue.
Just a little slight technical thing there with the microphones, that was all. So Matty Stent's having a bit of a rest. Here we go, Josh Donoghue going to have a shot from 35 metres out, 45 degree angle, lines up, and straight over the top of the goal umpire's head. So that's a much needed goal to Payneham Norwood Union on the South Waiala Demon scoreboard, which sees Tea Tree Gully 6-4-40. Payneham Norwood Union 4-1-25. I think that was the first time that Payneham have actually gotten in the top of the screen.
Just get you to change mics, Dave. Just change mics. Give that a go.
That was the first time.
Oh, you're back, Dave. You're back, baby.
Back. Okay. Payneham have been in the attack only the once this quarter, and they've got the 6 points out of that as the ball heads back to the middle for another toss-up.
Oh, it's good to see.
Sounded good now, Dave.
Yeah, beautiful there. As it's a ball up. Hansen versus Dow. Hansen wins a backward-handed tap. Kick out of the air from Giannini. Wagner runs onto it. He's tackled quickly. Spills it.
Tackled well by the Gullies.
Ball bobbing around. Brady Ansell runs in. He takes the ball at pace, but a great tackle. That's not Matty Hallandale again with that tackle, is it?
No, that was Thomas Bilby then, but it was Hallandale that got the ball up in the first instance. But there's a couple of strong Gully boys there.
Yes, ball up again. Dow wins the tap down, taken by Wagner. Wagner's really impressed us over the last 2 weeks, hasn't he, Hose?
He really has. And earlier in the game, I mentioned about this diamond zone that they play, where they all get together to help one another out. And this is where Payneham have got to space out the Teacher Gully defence.
Gully
They
wins
have
the
to
ball.
try to space them out.
Good tackle there, Jay Hansen.
At the moment, they've got an inexperienced defensive zone that's able to, all help each other out, and that's really helping them. Here comes rotations now, lots of rotations again, which is a new feature of the Teacher Gully game plan.
Certainly the modern game has many interchanges, where back in our day it was quarter time, half time, three-quarter time.
Yeah, 1 or 2 changes. We just have a second and a third ball up here, so we're not calling the play-by-play. Ball just bobbing around. No major possessions, but the tackling is tight, the tackling is tough. Oh, ball does spill. Giannini to Aleggio. Aleggio with a high ball. Donahue sits underneath. Good play. Spills to Stradagros. He handles. He handles to Giannini. Giannini to Dewar. Dewar in front. And that's all you've got to do, isn't it? Is it Dewar? It is Joey Dewar. That's his 4th mark for the day. He kicks it to the boundary line. Donahue's there. He waits. He kicks around the corner.
That is a sensational goal.
Very good goal.
Absolutely brilliant there from Joshy Donahue. He said, big fella, you're 45 metres out in a tight angle. Give it to me. I've won Nord premierships. I'll kick you a goal. And he has.
Hasn't been that bad, the big fella on debut.
Well, mate, he's taken 4 marks. If he takes 8 marks for the game, you say he's done his job. And I told you, it's been good. Yeah, and obviously teams put a lot of time into Nick Jolly, so maybe they haven't put the time into him, and he's just he's getting loose. And you know what he's doing? He's competing, and that's all you can ask.
No, he's doing a really good job in his first game. He would be one of the best 3 or 4 blokes for Payneham today.
Looking at the scoreboard, it's still Teacher Gully's by 9 points on the South Wales team club scoreboard.
Pincher Donahue's having a fair bit of influence in this quarter.
Hansen down to Ansell. Ansell with a scrubber kick though. Looks like Stent's cleaned it up. Ball bobs around off the handball. That was, of course,
Shoemakers.
Yeah, Chatty Shoemakers. Gully's here, they're on here through Persinos on the wing. Persinos will go long on the left. Long! From 65 metres out, it's bouncing, it's taken in the goal square. Gully's still with the ball. Handball was on. Spittle, top of the square. It's all Payneham though. Dropping what he should have taken is Matty Nice. Spills to Gully.
And that looked like Chad Shoemakers on his left, but no, that ball has drifted across the face of the goals for a behind.
Yeah, just the 1 point there on the Australian Outdoor Living scoreboard, brought to you by the South Waiala Demons Football Club. Gully 6 goals, 5. Payneham 5 goals.
Payneham are managing to close the game down a little bit at the moment. Just a little bit more contested footy, a lot more stoppage work, and Gullies can't get a free run.
There are 36 players on the forward line for Teacher Gully as the ball being kicked in. It's just not seen normally, is it?
No, Ansell going the wrong way. Left-handed handball across goals. Good pressure there by Spittle. Payneham win the ball. Scrubby rub, rush, panic kick. Gully will get it back. Another scrubby, rushy kick. It's 30 metres out, bobbing around. Giannini tries to clean up. He gets it to Bauer. Bauer with a handball. Now they're out. Donahue, half-back flank for Payneham. Takes possession. Has time for think music. Has a bounce. He'll come inboard. Good play. Hits up Athos-Agorostas. Big long left foot. Jewers will fly. He competes. Really good mark. Not paid. Ridiculous call there by the umpire. Strata Agorostas too slow caught holding the ball, not paid, but Teacher Gully cleared.
Work. Back to Stent in the 1-2.
From the shot of the Stenton down the wing, drives to Spittle, but the ball's been punched by the Payneham defence over the line for a toss-in.
And we'll see 2 or 3 more changes. Zach McKay will come back on. Dylan Shoemakers will come back on. Couple of changes there. Bill be off, beautifully done. Willie Drummond and Dylan Pippett did come back on. Zach McKay waiting to come back on with his twin brother. Very high throw-in, not much distance in that one there. Oh, a little side kick there, Matthew
Beautiful run over to Birkin, running through the half-forward line. And that looks like Shuey again. Yes, drives onto his right foot to
Melville.
Trent Melville, it is, but the ball hits the deck. And I reckon there'll be a toss-up.
He's just a little bit off today, Trent. He's dropped a few of those chest marks. That was a lot harder than the one he dropped earlier, but just a little bit off. Chase Bauer doing a pretty good job.
No, he has to. Just the one from Melville from the boundary as the ball bobbing around 20 metres out. It spills.
Persinos.
Yeah, Peter Persinos, the man for any occasion. Quick handball release, handball from a packed situation on his left foot, 15 metres out straight in front. And he's gone bang. And on the South Wales Football Club scoreboard, it's Teacher Gully 7 goals, 547. Payneham Norwood Union 5-1-31. Gullies with their first goal of the quarter.
The way the ball was driven forward by the Gullies at that occasion, there would have been 7 or 8 players all running forward in the direction of the goals, and that's where the ball ended up going. It was good teamwork, a well-planned display of football, that one.
Once again, the wingman changing over and heaps of rotations again. Zach McKay going to the far side, Stent to this side. Up, ball goes up.
Yeah, Hanson with a good back palm to Ansell. Ansell off the right foot, starting to come into it a little bit. Ansell, ball spills. Payneham there through Bobby Wagner. Wagner to Donahue. Donahue to Seymour. Front of the goal square. Big Jill was caught behind on that occasion. Doc Sandercock will relieve to the near side. Kicks right out in front of us. Harry Pride in position A.
Johnny Birkin pushing the back.
Yeah, absolutely it was. He's been doing it all day too.
Oh, that could only come from a Payneham boy.
No, mate, I'm here and I'm in neutral today, mate. But it certainly wasn't the back.
He does well at fullback.
He does. Dockie's a good footballer. Very reliable.
Umpire here throws. Bit of a argy-bargy between Personos and Agarostis. No surprise there. Hanson and Dow. Hard to see who won that tap, but McKay wins it out. Free kick number 5. He actually deserved that one and didn't get it. He was clotheslined. Absolutely clotheslined.
That was hard, good football right in front of the spectators here at Pertaringa Park.
Yeah. Umpire balls it up. Hanson with the tap. Nice tap to Bauer, it looked like. It was Pride, pardon me. Ball one down, though, straight down on the ground. They stack on, and it's tight and tough, and it's finally right in front of us, boys. About 70 metres out from the Payneham goal.
Right on the ground.
That was Big Clint, yes.
Ball bobbing around.
Payneham again through Donahue. He knows how to get that football.
Shrugs the tackle from the boundary, 45 metres out. It's high. It's high. Oh, and it's spoiled by Payneham. One down by Seymour at ground level. It stacks on. Tom Clark back to Allegio. Allegio with a right foot snap around the corner. That'll do.
Touched it.
No,
it was not touched.
No, it was not, sir. It was really good play there. Michael Allegio working his way down from half back. You'll see him. He'll run all the way. He'll have to run 120 metres back to his position. But that's football these days. Really good scramble getting in position. The release handball out the back. Old school Nord stuff there, Hose. And a nice goal there to Allegio.
Donahue's starting to have a real impact on this.
He's had a huge second quarter, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been really good. Stento in the first quarter. Donahue's been the best player in the second quarter.
Agreed.
Yes, Donahue, he's been involved in all 3 of Payneham's goals, kicking to himself and setting one up. And Hanson just starting to get on top, getting his hand to the ball a little bit here. Let's see how he goes this time. This time it's Penny. He does win it down. Takes his own possession. Birkin should come through. He looks to take on the tackler. A little bit lucky.
Done well to McKay. Zach McKay back to Birkin. Oh, he's pulled, almost had his head ripped off, but play it on. Crowd didn't like that one.
Mate, that was there, but I think the umpires have seen Anna 25 as well to Brady Ansell taking the mark off the Brinoli kick.
That was a free.
I think there's a second 25 as well.
Is it? Oh, it is too. He's dragging him back. I'm telling you now, boys, the free kick count was probably 10-3 in the first quarter, and maybe the umpires are trying to even it up. Brinoli's given away a free, what we thought was a free, but it wasn't paid. He's kicked it to Ansell, 25 metres for stepping over the mark. That was there. Didn't see what the second 25 was there for.
Just didn't frustrate him.
Didn't agree. I think that's correct. Didn't agree with the decision. Had something to say, and the umpire thought, "Nope, I'm in control of this."
Ansell from 40 metres out, directly in front. Umpire making some yardage. He's missed to the far side.
Pretty well all it deserved, I've got to say, being a Gully person.
No, from the neutral, it probably wasn't. It was just a neutral set.
Okay, it's Gullies by 9 points here as we see a kick out coming this side. We're going to have Bernie joining us again in a second. We're not sure if mic number 4 is working though, Bernie, so we'll have to test that out. Bernie's well aware. Give it a try anyway. Oh, watch that Canadian club there. As we're going to have a ball in here, 70 metres out from the Payneham goal. Hanson in front, but tap one by Penny from over the top. Bit of a push out. Brinoli starting to come into it. Donahue, Brinoli, Giannini, 3 names. Ansell all starting to take a little bit of control of the midfield. Ball spilt by Teacher Gully. It's Ansell again. Beautiful tackle there.
It's hard in there.
It certainly is. And that was by James Harley making his debut. Clint Dow coming off. Clint Dow coming on now for Fora.
Nothing untoward. It's just been good hard footy.
And Matty Nye winning the ball, taken high.
Well, there's been a few of those, and only the Payneham boys are receiving those free kicks at the moment, I think.
Yeah, a bit about turnabout from the first quarter, boys. Just putting that out there.
I think Alex Mackay might have got a few in the first quarter. I think Alex Mackay might have got a few.
Yeah, ball spills.
All well deserved.
Right down to Agarostas to Seymour. He's taken a mark 35 metres out near the boundary.
That was a lace out lefty, wasn't it?
I'm the only neutral here.
No, I'm neutral, mate. I'm getting paid to do a job. So it's going to be Pierce Seymour kicking from the boundary line about 35 metres out, and one of the supremely skilled footballers of Division 1 Amateur League, and you can bet he'll put it out in the full now.
It seems like the northern end's the scoring end at the moment, even though the breeze is heading south.
Lines up, umpire does not move.
That's a beautiful kick.
Beautiful kick.
Straight through the high diddle for Pierce Seymour. Here's a class act, and I'm telling you now, Payneham are coming, and it's all due down to those midfielders. Donahue, Bernoli, Seymour, Ansell, and even Giannini. They're coming into the game. Hansen starting to get his hand on the ball, and we talked about early on, I'm not sure if Bernie's back on, but when the midfield gets on top, that's when teams start winning games of football. Not on, Bernie, you're not on, mate.
On the South Waiala Demons scoreboard anyway, it's Teacher Gully 7-5-47 and Payneham 8-2-44. 7-2-44. They made a mistake on this board.
John Shoemaker's through the centre, turns onto his right foot, bangs towards goals from 55 out, and it's hit the post. Trent Millville got a hand to it, but it's hit the post, and there's a behind for the Gullies. And it's interesting to see all the Gully side, the whole 18 of them out there, move forward. No one in defence at the moment. They get their zones and put the pressure on the Payneham boys to get it out of their forward lines.
Yeah, full 18-man press as Mac Haynes marks the kick in the back pocket. Looks for Wagner. Ball spills to Bernoli. Woody Drummond taken high. And a fair run of free kicks. It'll be Woody Drummond. He'll take the ball on the half-back flank for Payneham. But well, he should find Bernoli. He does. He sees Bernoli. Kicks it to a 25-metre pass near the boundary line. Bernoli now has Pippin or Wagner to look for. No. He comes inboard. No. He sells the candy to the man with the cornrow haircut. It's a high ball. Ball spills. Agarostas. Hit without it. Play on. Ball spills again. 3 or 4 men make the tackle. We'll throw over to you, please, Bernie.
Yeah, Dylan Shoemaker's grabbed the ball. And, look, the Payneham came over him and umpire throws the ball up. Blake Penny's in ruck again. Hits the Falcon for the young fella for Payneham.
A Falcon for the Falcon. How you like that? Just see what I did there, boys?
I did see that, mate. It's great. So, look, there'll be another bounce up here, and Alex McKay's under the bottom of the packet again. He's got grass in his hair, but that's better. Bernoli gets the ball. They jump on him. And the umpire will say again. So it's got really tight, hasn't it? It's just got really tight and desperate. And it is about that midfield tussle.
How's that matchup, Bernoli and McKay? Worth its weight in cocky food, that one.
I haven't seen a wrestle like that since Mario Milano played Spiros Arion in Thevenham Town Hall. But the ball comes out and Payneham have pushed it forward. Gullies are going to repel here.
Oh, it's a throw.
Hammer Kowalik threw the ball out, and we've got another scrum on our hands.
Bernie, it's very dangerous ground if you start doing wrestling quotes, mate. I'm not sure if you know, but I'm involved in the industry. Hello to all my wrestlers out there. Thunder Lips is here in the flesh, baby. Jay Hansen. Agarostas stole the ball. Spills through. Campbell goes to his brother Steve Agarostas. Spins around on the right. Kicks to the hot spot. Is there anyone there? Big Jewis flies. Takes the ball. He takes
now
the ball.
He's got to be holding the ball.
Gone. How about the accidental pick-up on the half volley? He slid in and taken it on the half volley. Zach McKay to relieve. Over to you, Bernie.
Let's just see how they work this out there. Doc Gravel's got it now. He's going to play on down the wing it goes. He's got Thomas Bilby there. It goes over his head. The ball's come loose. Payneham should clear here. Thomas just jumped straight back on it again.
That's right, yeah.
Picked up the throw.
Yeah, incorrect disposal.
Got a couple of interesting scores from out of grounds to come in at half-time, boys. Some interesting ones indeed. PAC down early to Sacred Heart. Spot, pardon me. As the ball, it's Pierce Seymour, goes long to half-forward, but it spills to Gully's McKay. He falls over, gets a handball. Ball bobbing around. Oh, a bit of a throw to Payneham, according to Dave. Umpire Dave right on the spot.
High tackle to Payneham there. He came back out of the pack, and the Gully guy wrapped him up, but just too high.
Freddie Answick could not get into this game in the first quarter. He's had 10 touches in the second, though. He'll go long on the left. He's 17 metres out straight in front. He's looking for a lead. Not much being offered. Short kick, Pierce Seymour.
He's taken it well. Not happy about the free count this quarter, just quietly, boys.
Yeah, we're not here to criticise umpires.
I am. I'm a Gully supporter.
Pierce Seymour's taken the mark 48 metres out, so who have to kick from 55. This is where we'll find out if there is an advantage kicking to the Ray White Real Estate northern end.
He's lining up. He's a good fifth. He's going to take the very best kick. He's going to kick from 48 metres.
The trees aren't moving though, are they? So
Reflected there's not a lot of breeze.
oh,
52, he leans back. It probably hasn't got the legs, or has it? It has. It's just missed though. Just for one minor score. It's a 2-point ball game to the Gullies as they kick it.
Enter Alex McKay, kicks the handballs it to Johnny Birkin, who takes off, and that's going to be close to the boundary line, and it just stayed in as Matty Stent was making a move towards the ball. So it's right in front of us here in the compact position on the grand side centre wing.
Some might say that was deliberate.
Zachy Mackay having a rest and Big Black Penny coming back.
Let's just clarify, is it Mackay or is it McKay? Can we ask him?
McKay.
Okay. Both in front of us, you see. Anyway, ball in. Clint Dow being held over the shoulder there, missed by the umpire. I think Payneham are playing their joker with the umpires this quarter. Having a pretty good run.
Well, I think it was the only way they were going to get back into this game. I think the Gullies were up by 3 at quarter time. Now the scores are pretty well level.
Big tap there, but well read there, and the ball should spill out. No, it's taken well there by
Chad Shawmaker. Runs it over the bench.
He's wrapped up by Johnny Giannini. We'll have another throw in from the umpire with a large curly bouffant.
Payneham have had a better run here in the second quarter, but also Gullies have gone away from their structures and their game style too. So it's a bit of both.
I'm agreeing with you there, Hosey. I mean, I'm looking at the amount of interchange the Gullies have got this quarter, and I would guess there has been at least 50 this quarter. And I'd be surprised if Payneham have had a dozen. And I'm not sure if that's unsettling the side or what's going on, but just a theory.
They had exactly the same rotations in the first quarter. But their structures have just changed a little bit here in the second quarter.
Ball just kicked out of bounds by the Gullies. We'll have a ball in.
Payneham have also, they're trying to keep it in at stoppages. They're not letting the ball run out free where they were in the first quarter. The Gullies were able to run away. So, credit where it's due, back to Payneham.
Ball in 80 metres around from the Tea Tree Gully goal. Won by Giannini. He shakes, he shuffles, he drops the ball on the ground. Luckily he wasn't tackled. Tries to win it back. Young Tommy Wagner on the left. He's kicked a torpedo 55 metres in the air. Good spoil there.
Hammer Kowalik gets the ball. It's smothered. He gets it back. Goes to Chad Schoenmakers. He flicks it up to Jake Vanderhack. James Harley gets the ball. Flicks it across to Nathan Cox. He's gone wide. Here's Jake Huggard, the cornrow man. Gives it back to Nathan Cox. He wants to get around on his right. He's been done. Umpire says, that's okay. You got rid of the ball, lad. The ball goes up high, wide and handsome, and Payneham will take the relieving mark.
Kick has to be below the knee, though. That's not right. But anyway, I'll tell you, early on, James Harley, look, he's fitted in quite nicely. Certainly hasn't looked out of place, Bernie.
No, he hasn't. Playing his first A-grade game, he's just an in and under hard player. Some of his skills aren't quite there yet, but you know what? When the ball's there to be tackled or hunted down, James is certainly going to be in the mix.
No worries. So having a look at the South Whyalla Football Club scoreboard, of course, a local sponsor is Australian Outdoor Living. Tea Tree Gully, 7 goals, 5-47. Payneham Norwood Union 7-3-45. That quarter certainly belonged to Payneham with a 4-goal to 1 quarter.